Hi guys. So I am a little bit early, I think. So I will give you guys some time to log on and everything while I'm quickly reading through Ashley's writings that I'm gonna write to you guys. Hi Susan, welcome Michelle. So I'm a little bit early. Welcome guys. I'm just busy going through Ashley's writings that I plan to read to you guys and giving some more people time to log in. Thank you Quibus and Magdal for watching, for joining us. And so I'm coming to you live from Nakhon Si Thammarat in the south part of Thailand. Yes, and we are still having rain every now and again. Today's a little bit of, like storm. It storms and then voila, it is just clear skies, or not completely clear skies, but the rain just stops. So yeah, thank you so much for joining, and thank you Michelle for your message. I visited Ashley again today, and she is very excited, and she's in a very positive mood, and she says, Mom, I think that today is the day that we are finally going to finish those chocolates. So she is much more positive, and I'm so grateful for that. So yeah, I also just managed to finish her latest writing, and I thought I'm going to read this to you guys today, and then also if there's enough time left, then I will read another one that she wrote 2 years ago, because I tried to start from the beginning and then systematically work through it. But I'm thinking that this is the message that all of us need to hear today. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just me. That also happens at times. Okay, so I've got my coffee. I'm not sure, what are you guys drinking today? Thank you so much for joining, guys. I really do appreciate. Ashley sends her love, and she's so thankful for all the support. Oh yeah, so I've put 3 links, the Backer Buddy and YouTube, and I think it's TikTok. I just couldn't find the link, do the link for Instagram for some or other reason. Anyway, so I hope that you guys are actually able to see it. And thank you for joining from Perth. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. And then also there was you guys are able to message me. I don't know, there's a setting for messenger. So I suppose the messages will go straight to Messenger, but it will appear on my side. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, let's see. All trial and error. Okay, but sorry. Without further ado, let's continue. So Ashley's latest writing that I was able to finish just in time, it is How Your Suffering Will Turn into Glory for God. I was annoyed with myself for feeling the way I did, but this awareness in itself was not powerful enough to alter my mood, and I continued thus with a smiling countenance but an aching heart. My birthday wasn't a celebration. I felt like their manner and conduct was that of someone merely fulfilling a duty, and that it lacked warmth despite the growing heat of the approaching dry season. I kept telling myself how I have God and how my loved ones are out there celebrating me today. I reminded myself that I'll see my mom in 2 more days, and surely she'll have a happy birthday banner hidden on her person somewhere, which she did. And yet, I couldn't quite lift myself out of that feeling of neglect, wallowing in how melancholy this all is. And because of this, very uncharacteristically of me, I chose not to make a big deal of all the small things, like the darling pen that was given to me by one of my church friends, who has only 3 baht in her account, but who knows I love to write, and so gave me the prize she got from one of the teachers who come from the outside, or getting a surprise hug from a friend behind, 2 brown arms presenting 2 Tara-filled buns with a misspelled happy birthday card stuck into it. And of course, when I thought all the fun was over, having a happy birthday song sent to me by a not so secret admirer. And he even added the perfect touch by saying that the last 2 songs of the playlist were English songs. Yes, there were some good things. There always is. And I reflected with a gloomy heart. So it is with suffering as well. I've been reading this book, Comforts from the Cross, that tells me we'll have something to celebrate one day. But it had been 2 weeks already, and I've not really felt like I've been at a party. And then, 3 days after my birthday, I opened at day 15 and came across the answer to the question I've nearly given up asking, because the fatigue, continual disappointment brings on. Why? Why is it taking so long? I read, Jesus waited 12 years to heal the woman with the issue of blood. Another lame man has been hoping for healing for 38 years. He, Jesus, waited 4 days to raise his friend from the dead. Why? Jesus tells us it is for the glory of God, so that the Son of God may be glorified through it. John 11:4. We suppose that the best way for God to show his power would be for an immediate release, or perhaps by a physical opening of the prison doors. We wonder why. If he loves us so much, is he taking so long in coming to our rescue? Does he not pity us? But he does. In John 11:35 it says that he wept. He wept. He's entered into our pain and has felt it. He knows what humans feel. He's not oblivious to the losses we experience or the suffering we endure. But it is all means to an end. Jesus said to her, "Did I not tell you, if you believe, you would see the glory of God?" John 11:49. God has not forgotten me. What he does for me, he doesn't do just because. Or, out of a sense of duty. He does it because, why? He loves me. He knows what he created and what I need to do to become what he intends me to be. He's creating the right circumstances to suit his purpose, even though that may not yet be revealed to me. What story would we have to tell if we simply got plucked out of each difficulty in the blink of an eye? Where would our pluck come from if we had no time to build character? Would there be any glory without suffering? I was on the right track with my aforementioned comforting thoughts, but what I lacked was conviction. I didn't fully believe in those things because in that moment, it seemed too far away, and I felt too down to lift my head up. But just because I can't see it with my eyes doesn't mean it's not there. While I was sorrowful, my loved ones and even strangers were celebrating me. News from the outside does reach me, albeit fragmented and in a timely fashion. But when it did, my little heart lovingly rebuked itself for ever having felt neglected. There were so many messages of love and encouragement, as well as those endearing things, like those adorable pups wearing the yellow handkerchiefs around their necks, or the tug-of-war team who put on caps in my favorite color for the match, the cupcakes baked, sunflower pics, scent, and all those putting on yellow for yet another year. And everybody is waiting to welcome me back home. They're ready to receive me with open arms. As I let this reality sink in, a feeling of immense love fills me. And so it is with the Lord. He is waiting to receive his children. Angels are celebrating in heaven for every lost soul that's won back. We cannot always see all the good things going on, but we may believe in it. Because, after all, that is what faith is, believing in the unseen. Hebrews 11:1. Wherever you are right now, whether your prison is physical or whether it is something else that's keeping you imprisoned, be it a divorce, debt, depression, or a career disappointment, whatever it may be, God's got you. He knows what you're dealing with, and he's allowing it to happen so that you can become stronger. And he's not leaving you destitute either. Don't overlook all the small blessings he sends along to help you through and make things easier before the big rescue comes. I've always understood the mustard seed verse in a bit of a negative light. Is this trying to tell us how little faith we have? It is quite discouraging, isn't it? My little faith won't be able to move mountains, right? But now, finally, I get it. Thanks to our merciful Lord, I'm not being accused of having little faith, but am being told that even just a little bit is enough for God. Even if we're on the track or lacking the full conversion, God tells us that He will supply what we lack. He says that whatever we have, however much or little, if given to Him, He can and will move mountains for us. Just believe. Have faith as little as a mustard seed, and watch how your small seed will turn into a great tree, and how your suffering will turn into glory for God. With love, Ashley. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. And yes, so this was, I just finished this post for Ashley. I'll be posting it probably tonight or tomorrow morning early. And I thought, instead of reading an old one, I'm just going to read the latest one. So, and yeah, glory be to God, because it is amazing to see how He reveals stuff to us if we are really searching Him and asking Him to reveal Himself, and so that we may understand better as well. So I think we might have time. Oh, it's only been 10 minutes. Thank you for joining, guys. Okay, so the next one I'm going to read is from Ashley's birthday that she wrote, What is in a Color? And this was back in 2023. So, what is in a color? Well, that depends on whom you ask. The meticulous eye of the artist will yield much more than the simple observation of a child, and still differ from the detailed description of the scientist. Yet, none of them would be wrong. As for me, I leave my person unlabeled and my answer unreserved. For when our Creator took from His rainbow palette to start coloring the world, He certainly picked yellow for the most delighted things. Yellow denotes a new beginning. After the darker red and oranges have had their share of sky, just before the big blue comes to take its fill, we'll see the happy hues of yellow blessings the new day. To me, yellow in its best shade is the mustard-colored scarf my mom brought me from North Africa, and that's traveled with me everywhere since. And so I traveled, near and far, and again I find yellow in my anticipation as we make our way to Cape Town, keeping a lookout for the canola fields. It's the color of my favorite fruits, and the fruit itself seems to be very pleased by it, because its very shape is that of a smile. And I too smile like the little girl I was, sitting next to my dad and tasting the banana milkshake for the first time. I felt it's such an oddity not to like the usual brown or pink like my older siblings, but oh, what a flavor. I commend your versatility, lovely fruit that you are, for till this day you remain the key ingredient in my most tasty treats. Everything from healthy energy to boosting snacks and those little yogurt cups, to freshly baked homemade banana bread with butter melting on top, all the way to the best pancakes found on Koh Samui, as every vendor at the night market proudly states. Yellow is my favorite flower, the sunflower. Her thick stem grows resolutely from the earth's soil, straight upwards. She always chooses to look at the bright side, with her head ever turned to the sun, seeking its nourishment. And when the darkness of night comes, she does not falter or close up, for she knows that the light will soon be here again. And thus she stays firmly planted with her head held high until the day she dies. It's the color pencil I chose as a child to draw my hair. It was me wearing the only yellow dress in a sea of red at my first high school Valentine's dance. It was the color paint of the kitchen wall at the very first home I chose for myself abroad. And it is my birthday years later, as people known and unknown to me put on my color, yellow. The color unites us in hope. Yellow are all the lemons life keeps throwing at me, and yellow will be the delicious lemonade I'm lugubrious making in my confinement for us to drink on the day we celebrate my homecoming. Thank you for each one of you. Every message, prayer, all the support. Third time's a charm, I say to myself as I blow out imaginary candles. May this be my last birthday behind bars. With love, Ashley. Thank you, guys. You are welcome to send messages, and thank you so much for joining, guys. We really do appreciate it, everything, and I will, God willingly, see you again next week. Keep strong, keep the faith, and never lose hope. Never ever lose hope. There is always hope. Remember that. Bless you guys. Please check out our links. And thank you so much for all of your support. We really do appreciate it. Love you guys. Be blessed.